Okay, so let's find the reference angle for these angles here. And I have a pretty simple strategy to do that. Hopefully you will like it. My strategy is to first find the coterminal angle that is between 0 and 2 pi. That makes things a lot easier. And how can we do that? Well, first I'm just going to add or subtract 2 pi until I'm between 0 and 2 pi. And how do I know looking at a fraction? Well, you can just divide these numbers. So 10 over 3 is 3.3 repeater. So, and it's negative, of course. So we have negative 3.3 repeater pi, right? And I'm going to keep on adding 2 pi to find the coterminal angle between this. So let's see how that's going to work. I'm going to add 2 pi. So that's going to give me negative 1.3 repeater pi. And I'm going to add 2 pi again. Right? So that's going to be 0.6 repeater pi. So that's between 0 and 2 pi, right? Because it's going to be 0.66666 and so on. And that's just going to be basically 2 pi over 3. So that is the angle between 0 and 2 pi that we were looking for. And let me just basically put it here in standard position. That's going to make things a little bit simpler. Now, let's take a look to see what's going to happen here. And we have 0. Here we have pi over 2. Right there. We have pi over here. 3 pi over 2. And 2 pi, which is equal to 0, right? It's coterminal. Where's 2 pi over 3? Well, we know that 2 over 3 is just 0.6 repeater. Pi over 2 is half pi, right? So that's 0.5 right here. 0.5 pi. And that's 1 pi. So it must be that 2 pi over 3 is in this quadrant right here. So that's 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3. Now, I want to find this angle because that's the reference angle. And how can we find that? Well, the whole thing is just pi. And I can take away 2 pi over 3 to find the reference angle. Right? Does that make sense? Because the whole thing here, from here all the way there, is pi. So since this is 2 pi over 3, if we go pi minus 2 pi over 3, then we have the reference angle. So let's do that. Pi minus 2 pi over 3, I can find a common denominator of 3. So I multiplied pi by 3 over 3. And 3 pi minus 2 pi is just pi all over 3. So that's pi over 3. That's our reference angle. Now, how about, let's do the same thing for negative 32 pi over 9. Okay, so 32 over 9, what fraction is that? That's, well, if I were to convert it to just a decimal, right, that's 3.5 repeater. So, and of course, again, it's negative 3.5 repeater pi. So I'm going to add 2 pi. That's negative 1.5 repeater pi. Add 2 pi again. And what is that going to be? Let's see. I'm going to use my calculator, embarrassingly enough. That's basically just 0.4 repeater pi, which is 4 pi over 9. Okay, and 4 over 9 is just 0.4 repeater. Taking a look, I'm going to go back over here. Actually, let me use a different color though, so nobody's confused later. So between 0 and half pi, right, which is pi over 2, that's where the angle is going to be in this case, because that's 0.4444. And 0.4444 is in between 0 and half. So it's going to be here somewhere. My voice just cracked. How embarrassing. So that's 4 pi over 9. In this case, because we're already in the first quadrant, right, quadrant 1, what happens is that we have already found the reference angle because it's already between 0 and 2 pi and it's in the first quadrant. So this is already the answer for this question. That's the reference angle of negative 32 pi over 9. That's it.